Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and I'm still knowing my words already for this movie. Guy named Ash, he sent quite a few requests. Thank you so much for that. The last one he sent was for a film called Dislike, a Russian horror film that gets a wonderful 2.1 out of 10 IMDb. So I can already tell from the get-go it's going to be a classic. But if anyone wants to request any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, what have you, video game let's tries or full playthroughs, PayPal's usually the best bet, or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. So Dislike. Listen, the plot of it, you have these 7 or 8 bloggers, vloggers, who are all terrible people. You have the pretentious film critic, you have the guy who's a prankster, you have the girl that just talks about her boobs. You have the lady that didn't want to go with the fan, so the fan ended their own life, slit their own throat, then she changed her ways, supposedly. You have the one guy who's kind of talking over these other people and kind of complain about each one of them. You have the guy that pays people to do dares, like drink this coffee with my sock in it. I'll pay you this much. And then if they do it, guy films it and puts it up on YouTube or wherever the case would be. So again, you have about 7 or 8 of these folks. They are told to go to this place in the middle of nowhere to try out Devil's Power energy drink. And let us know what you think, and we'll be filming it. And we'll go from there. Well, lo and behold, they are stuck there because there's a killer on the loudspeaker saying, answer this question. Who wants you dead? Who wants to kill you? And then on top of that, there's a killer outside. The killer outside is wearing a mask that's like a bald baby. It looks like the bald baby-like creature in Garbage Pail Kids. Or it looks like the It's Alive. Maybe the It's Alive baby. But again, it's like an ugly baby with craggly teeth and, of course, his bald head, like baby mask. It looks stupid, it looks goofy, it looks ridiculous. And then the script wants to pat itself on the back of when people get there, they go, what is this, a low-rent Saw? Low-rent Russian Saw? And later on, the person's like, oh, that mask. We could have ripped off Friday the 13th and such, but is it great how original we are? Great, you made an awful looking mask. Congrats, that looks stupid. Also, someone already kind of beat you to it. Valentine had a mask. Was it a, well, it was a, it looked like the Campbell Soup Kid. It's supposed to be Cupid or whatever, but it looked like the Campbell Soup Kid to me. I swear there was another horror film where the mask was like a baby. I swear there was. I forget what the movie was called. But from the get-go, it's like you're with these unlikable people, and you're sitting there going, why should I like anybody in this movie? You have the beginning at this party where this video editor, who's also the cameraman, wants a date with this lady who's a blogger. Again, it's her editor, her cameraman, but can I go on a date? And she goes, I'll go on a date if you get 1 million subscribers. He tries videos, they fail. So then he slits his throat. Cut to, again, there's about 8 people. And they kind of try to rapid fire who these 8 people are. Again, one is a Vine guy who does Vines, who at times dresses like a girl. But he's in the film so little, he doesn't make a dent at all. Then you have the one guy who's a prankster. You have the one guy who's like a major film fan guy, who keeps saying that Matt Damon's gay. You have the girl who's like a whisper girl. Whisper, whisper. You have one who's a prankster. one at the end who pays for what's for theirs, and one who's talking about their boobs. And then the girl at the beginning who now supposedly has changed her ways and she's helping unfortunate folks. So again, all 8 of them get there. The loudspeaker, like I said, asks who wants to kill you. Each time they get a wrong answer, someone dies. And again, the killer looks like the bald garbage pail kid. And then the games begin. I say the games, it all takes place in this one house. Mostly interior. Very little exterior. The traps, one is the spoilers, because fuck it, I mean, it gets a 2.1 out of 10. It's the reason for that. The one guy, the vine guy, he got like an octopus bomb on his head. So, and no one helps him. In fact, they push him out of the house. And you hear this beeping, which I'm sitting there going, well, that guy didn't even get a chance to answer the question, so how cheap is that? And then you see a splat of blood onto the door, onto the window. So now there's 7. So like I said, that guy was barely in it to make much of an impression of anything. One guy thinks he solved it. I know who it is. It's the guy who died because she wouldn't go on a date with him. You know, he says he's the killer somehow, right? He's like, I'm cooler. No, I'm the coolest. He's so bragging. He's so braggadocious. I'm like, go die, dude. Be my guest. But he's so smart, he decides to go outside with knowing that there's another person out there with the baby mask and other stuff. Like, you know someone else is out there. He doesn't think maybe the person is lying. Maybe he won't let you go. Maybe like, sucker, psych. No. I'm so smart, I'm cool, I'm the coolest, and he's so dumb he walks outside. And then lo and behold, the baby mask wearing killer is chasing the guy in a golf cart. You think he's going to decapitate him? No. Catches up to him and kills him off screen. Great. We have a guy that dies from an octopus bomb where you just see a splat of blood. You have a guy chased by a killer in a golf cart. And this movie is not trying to be a parody of this type of film. It references the low-budget Russian Saw, making fun of the mask, going, well, you know, actually they don't even make fun of it. They're proud of it. We could have ripped off Friday the 13th another mask, but we got our own mask. I'm like, yeah, and it looks like shit. So now there's 6 left, and then there were 6. The one guy answers, he tries to pay him off with a credit card, the lights go out, and lo and behold, the killer's behind him inside, stabbing him in the neck with this credit card, and the one guy's filming it. Now he mentions he keeps filming for evidence, but of course, you're sitting there going, why don't you all jump the guy? I mean, at this point, there's 5 of you. 2 grab each of his arms, and 1 grab his legs. Like, there's 5 of you. Why don't you all just jump him? Especially when he's in the middle of doing this. So he's a bit busy. All of you jump him. No, they just stand there and watch. They're not going to do squat. And then there were 5. And then the one girl, I think it was the whispery girl, she's just laughing. She's just immediately maniacal and crazy and it's too much. So they're looking around and somehow the killer grabbed her, dragged her, tied her to a chair, put all these Christmas lights on her, and no one noticed a damn thing. When they're all pretty much in the same damn room. So she dies. She didn't really get a chance to answer, so by your rules, she shouldn't be dead, but whatever. I just. Now, if you answer wrong, she'll die, so she gets her throat slit. And then there were four. There's part where you get the most semblance of character development, where. Who were the four people? One. I could tell them part. Like, one's the lead girl. One, I guess, was the girl with the boobs. The two guys. I think one was the prankster. And I think one was the film guy. Because the guy mentions, I'm not going to die here. The new Star Wars is in 2 days. Han Solo's back in the game. So this is 2016. I mean, it must have been when The Force Awakens was coming out when they were filming 2015. I'm like, dude, well, you're in for a rude awakening. Maybe it's glad your character dies. Spoiler alert, because believe me, when you saw Star Wars, you wouldn't be happy. It's like, you think Han Solo's back in the game? Yeah, he's back in the trash. Well, actually, he's been put into the trash and died as well. So you died just as much as he did. There you go. So, trust me, you would have been fine missing Star Wars The Force Awakens. You didn't miss much, dude. Maybe it was God saying, I need this guy to die before his soul dies. If he dies now, it's just his body dies. He dies. But if he watches that new Star Wars movie, his soul will die too. Just like mine did. Because I know people like The Force Awakens when it came out. I thought it was a piece of shit from the get-go. But, that was just me. But yes, the four of them, they finally gang up on the guy. And granted, this was the one moment I thought was kind of interesting. Because they finally did the smart thing where they gang up on the guy. The guy's got a gun. They grab the gun. They use the gun, but the gun's a booby trap. It shoots back onto the prank guy and blows his head up. I thought that was actually the only effective scene because the characters tried to do the smart thing, but yet the killer was one step ahead. So I had booby trapped the gun in case they try to fire, which any of us would have fired the gun. When you attack them, you get it, shoot, boom. So I'm like, because I'm sitting there going, okay, grab the gun, shoot. Well, I would have been dead as well, because I would have done the same thing. And I'm like, okay, movie, so they finally acted somewhat logically, and they still got screwed over. That's the one piece of writing I'll give you for a movie. The one piece of writing, you got me. Okay, you got me, okay. I didn't see that coming. So now there's 3. So the girl with the boobs is killing the one guy, was trying to kill the one guy, but she gets stabbed. So there's another killer. Of course, the one at the loudspeaker. So now it's the lead girl and the guy. I think it's the film fan guy. It is the deranged fan who faked his death. He didn't really slit his throat. He faked it. He goes in this ramble. And the film guy, even though he seems a lot bigger, stronger, he just kind of tumbles forward and gets stabbed fairly easily. So then that guy dies like a punk. The killer goes after the girl. The other killer kills the one killer. The other killer reveals his mask. You find out he's one of the special people that she helped. And the guy's like, well, he said we weren't going to hurt you, so I had to stop him. So lead girl picks up a knife, kills him, stabs him to make sure that, he doesn't change his mind and kill her. But oh wait. But oh wait. There's one of those movies where you gotta have a twist, of a twist, of a twist, of a twist, of a twist, a twist. The more twist than the candy bar. More twists than you'll see in your Walmart. Tons of twists. Twist, twist, twist. M. Night Shyamalan would be splooging right now. Bukkake stream to end all swimming pool size. Because, okay, you have spoiler. The twist of, it was her fan, but he's not really dead. He wants to get revenge. No, well, the other killer is the special ed person who our leader was helping when she was changing her ways. Oh, she's the sole survivor. Well, she does interviews, but we see the flashback of her head where she came up with this plan all along. She worked with her cameraman editor saying, what was the words? I want to be history, eternal. What are you, Freddy Krueger? Eternal. I don't want to just make videos about this. I want to do something that's forever, historic. So she got her cameraman, her editor to fake his own death, to then get all this money, to create this show, to get all these people there, and play the victim card. Then when she's the only one, she stabs the special ed person. The cameraman's like, wow, we did it. But then she stabs him for no more witnesses, so she got away with it. But then there's another twist. Well, I don't know about a twist, but she got away with it. She's going in an alleyway, and some random guy goes up and kills her off screen with a hammer in an alley. He's following her. You hear whack, whack, whack. Hammer's dropped, there's blood on it. He's videoing himself going, I just killed the most popular blogger. Subscribe, hit the like button. Then the movie's over. So I guess you could say at least the popular vlogger got her just desserts. Got her comeuppance. She got killed just like those other people got killed, so I guess you could say at least there's that. I guess if you're a diehard fan of Saw type movies, maybe you'll get stuff out of this, perhaps. Perhaps. But for me, I'm sitting there going, I just found this film fairly tedious to watch, fairly typical for most of it. A good chunk of the death scenes are off screen. I didn't like the guy being cocky. He gets an axe, but it's off screen. The girl at the end in the alleyway, she gets killed off screen. The guy who gets the credit card in the neck, you see it through the guy's camera, shaky cam, so you barely tell what's going on. The one guy gets stabbed, but it's more just his reaction. Maybe some blood spilled from his mouth, but that's it. The motivations, I mean, I know there are people in real life that do stupid stuff like this, so it's hard to say. The motivations don't make sense. There's a lot of crazy people who don't make sense, so I guess it's easy to buy into that. But you're sitting there going, well, what if this guy, with her plan, part of her plan was this guy to fake his death, then create this idea of, hey, does everyone want to see these vloggers die? Send all your money here. What if they didn't send all that money? Would she have paid for it herself? This whole idea is that this is all being filmed and going to be on the web, and you're going to pray that no one finds it, no one traces where the signal's coming from. No one alerts the authorities to trace where you guys coming from. That these people paid you so much money they're able to get all 8 of these vloggers to come here. And if the other 7 people literally stuck together and said the next time that guy's coming here, all 7 of us are going to jump the guy, because there's 8 of them. One dies right away. If all 7 of you, it's not like they got a bomb and goes, you better answer, you'll die. They immediately could have grabbed weapons, could have grabbed anything and everything, any type of furniture as a weapon, and be like, you come here, 7 of us are going to attack you. We know you're one guy out there, we're 7. We all got weapons. I'm sure there's some kind of weapons. Probably all the knives were taken, I would assume. But break the furniture, break anything, use that as a weapon. Any of the sort. Especially, okay, where are the entry points? That and that. Okay, block that, or go over there, go over there. Former, whatever, man. There's 7 of you. And it's not like some superhuman case of Jason Voorhees later on where, or Michael Myers later on where he can't be killed. It's not. It's regular people. So, thing with like a Saw film is that they were in the traps in the first place. That's why they could not just, like, dude, why don't they all 7 just go outside? The killer's out there, but all 7 of them with weapons. It's like, he comes after us, we'll make a run for it. I mean, you don't get one of us, but not all 7 of us. Or we move in a group. You 3 look in the back, 4 look in the front, vice versa. They could have gotten weapons. They could have left. Like, so many things they could have done, and they don't because the characters are stupid. They're unlikable and stupid. There's no reason for me to like them, and they're fucking stupid. And the gore isn't that much to run home about. That you could watch any other Saw film, actual Saw film, and get much more crazy gore if it's for traps and gore. There's really, I think the only one, and I know another movie's done this, but I forget what movie it was, where the gun and then Noah actually shoots backwards and kills you. I know other films have done that. I forget what they were at the top of my head. And then to have a twist on a twist on a twist just gets a bit overcooked, like try hard. At least that's me. So, like I said, if you like the film, well, it doesn't seem like many like the film. It's a 2.1 out of 10 IMDb. So take that for what you will to the bank. But, yeah, it ain't for me. It sucks. We'll see you guys later, man. Bye-bye.